A company without a good hiring process is like riding around picking up random hitchhikers. You can't do either of those today because it's such a big risk. The first thing is you don't know who you're dealing with. And secondly, you have no idea how they can hurt you. Early in my entrepreneurial journey, I would hire mainly based on instinct. Unfortunately, my instinct was only about 50% right. Often about 50% of my hires were good, and some of them turned out to be rock stars. Unfortunately, the other 50% weren't so good, and some of those people turned out to be real nightmares. When I started employing these hiring processes, my ratio went up to about 70 to 30. Today, I would say I'm about 75% good hires. And I'll tell you, that has a dramatic impact on the bottom line. You save time, you save money, and you save frustration. Here are some of the things that helped me weed out the wrong people when I created my hiring process. I began to actually call their personal and business references. There was a time when I just didn't do it because I felt like they're only going to put down people that would give them glowing references. Today, you can scan social media. Social media will tell you a lot of things about how these people really are and what they're willing to show to the world. I strongly recommend you do 2 different interviews. Oftentimes, I would interview somebody one time, I'd get a really good feeling for them, and I'd hire them on the spot. Now, I interview 2 separate interviews. The first one to find out if they're right for the company. You can always use your core values or your guiding principles and your mission statement to ask questions to determine whether they're right for the company or not. The next interview is about the role that we're hiring for, the job that they're going to be in. Of course, you're going to want to ask questions to determine if they're right for that job. In addition to that, you may want to do some kind of skills test, whether you either make it up, it's some kind of project and you ask them to do it, and you can do skills tests to determine if they're right for the role or not. And finally, you want to make sure that your hiring process is well documented, it's followed by everybody, and it's really fair and consistent. You don't want multiple candidates having different experiences when they get there. You really want this to be one of those things where whether they get the job or not, they leave you and they are fans of your company. And the person you hire knows for sure that when you grow, your company grows. Keep growing.